Hello and welcome back to Art 6th graders. We are going to talk about line today. A lot of you might remember this from last year. That is okay. We're just going to quickly review it and talk a little bit more about how you can use line to add more to your drawings, your paintings, and other things and so on. Okay. So first, let's talk about what in the world is a line. Let's look at our foldable. Let's get that out real quick. A line is a dot that went for a walk. And that is the quote by the famous Paul Klee. Alright, and we have different kinds of lines, right? We have thin lines, thick lines, wavy lines, zigzag, and lazy lines, and other kinds of lines, right? So what else can you do with lines besides just draw them? Well, I'm going to tell you. So just like there are different kinds of lines, there are different kinds of line drawings. There are continuous line drawings. Do you guys remember what those are? Of course we do, Miss Prather. We love continuous line drawings. A continuous line drawing is a line drawing where you never pick up your pencil. We did those a lot last year. They are my favorite kinds of line drawings. Okay? We have contour line drawings, which are very simply outlines of an object. We also did a few of those last year as well. Our initial portrait drawings were contour line drawings. We also have something called a gesture drawing, G-E-S-T-U-R-E, and that is also a kind of line drawing. The word gesture means to create a motion, right? So I'm gesturing with my hands when I go like this, or when I go like this, right? So if I have a little person in front of me, and I have them pose, kind of like that, kick a leg behind, I am going to draw a quick sketch of the motion or the movement of this body. So they might be moving, they might be sitting still. Regardless, it's a gesture, so if they're moving, I'm drawing a very quick sketch, right, of the way that they're moving and how fast or how slow they're moving. So a gesture drawing is a quick sketch that shows the movement of a body. Okay, I'll put that man aside. So after gesture drawings, we have cross contour lines. And a cross contour line is a line that it describes this surface of something. So let's look at this. These poorly drawn lines, I apologize. This cup and this ball. So we know that both of these objects are round, right? We know that this is more round than this because the lines are going in tighter circles. This is a much looser circle. So these lines are describing how the surface of these forms, how it flows and where it goes and what it is. So this surface goes around, right? I can cup it in my hands like that. It's a sphere. So where the lines are describing the spherical shape. So those are cross contour lines. Put that next to the guy over here. And we have something called a blind contour, which should be pretty self-descriptive. A blind contour is a contour, but you can't look at the page. So it is an outline without looking. This is a hard one, and it's also a really, really funny one because everyone ends up looking really funny after you draw it. So, there are several other kinds of line drawings, but let's talk about how we can use lines to add to our drawings. So, let's talk about something we're all familiar with called cross-hatching. What is cross-hatching? Cross-hatching is like hatching, but they cross. The hatch marks cross. So this is a hatch line, hatch mark, and that is a cross-hatch. Kind of looks like a picnic blanket. So how on earth can I use cross-hatching to add to my drawing? Well, let's find out. So let's say that I'm going to draw the cup with the sphere in it. Now, that's not the best drawing, clearly. Okay. Cup with a sphere in it, and I see that the cup has a shadow from the sphere. So I'm going to follow along the form of that cup, kind of like cross contour lines, right? And see how it gets darker and then lighter? Okay. And then I'll use my cross-hatch lines on the bottom here. I start with one and I add slowly over it. Now it's kind of hard to do with marker to slowly add value and remove value to make it lighter, but you guys understand the point. So your goal really is, I'm going to use a pen, to slowly fade your cross-hatching marks to white. Like that, okay? And how in the world can I make cross-hatching marks darker or lighter? That's a great question. So you can make them far apart to make them lighter, and really close together to make them darker. So that's lighter. I'm going to draw a little arrow. There you go. And that's darker. Okay? So that's how we can use our lines to add more to our drawing. There's other ways to also use lines. So let's say I wanted to draw the same thing. It's a little bigger this time. Oops. Everyone makes mistakes. It's okay. I'm drawing the same thing, but now I want to add value in a different way. I'm going to use what I call scribble lines. Now, which lines do you think are best for describing the form of our objects? Probably not scribble lines, right? Because these look really flat. I would say our cross-hatching lines because they curve along the form. So you should really think of it like that too. You have a sphere and you've drawn your cross contour lines on it. Like that. Think of it as your cross-hatch lines are following along your cross contour lines, like that. Okay, so what I want you guys to do is I want you to practice drawing different kinds of lines. I want you guys to try to draw each of these different things. So draw one continuous line drawing, draw one contour line drawing, draw a quick gesture drawing of someone in the room with you, draw a cross contour drawing, and draw a blind contour drawing. Now these don't have to be amazing. I want you just to try your best to draw these, and I'll put up examples of each of these things in Google Classroom so you know what each of these things looks like, okay? Go ahead and get started. I'll see you guys later.